All right, so let's talk about alternate picking now. Now, alternate picking sometimes is a very elusive technique for a lot of players because, unfortunately, when you view an instructional video or someone playing it in front of you, even if they're amazing, it doesn't show the slant or the angle that the pick is being utilized at. And it's one of these techniques where, depending on the anatomy of the player beforehand, let's take someone like Paul Gilbert, right, has very big hands. Their pick slant can be hidden by the fact that their hands look really big. And a lot of times it looks like you are parallel with the strings, or sorry, perpendicular with them, when in fact, there's always an angle to which it's being struck at. So first things first, what do I mean by how I'm holding the pick, right? So when I'm doing like this, there's actually a 30-degree angle. If you were to look down at my thumb, I'm actually using my thumb. You see there's a little curve here. So how are we achieving the correct slant for alternate picking? So if you look down at my hands, I'm actually not holding the pick parallel at all. We never want our pick to be very parallel. It'll get stuck on the strings. We want it to just slightly graze right? So that way it just will glide off the tip of the string and of the pick without really causing any friction there. Because again, I'm actually playing very softly. It might sound like it's being aggressive, but actually the key to good alternate picking is playing with a very demure attack when I'm doing everything, and I let the amp push everything for me. Now, 30-degree angle, meaning my thumb, if you notice here, is slightly bent in order to give a downward attack. So in this 7th string, if I'm plucking here, picking here, if I could draw a line there, it's going towards my volume knob, right? It's not going here, it's not going through my pickup selector. I would draw it right here to where my volume knob is, right? And I try and control it with my arm here on the bevel. With my wrist. Now, when you're going in incredibly fast speeds, like for extreme, right, then my arm takes over. But realistically, when I'm doing any of this, it's very small motions of my wrist up and down. Very, minimalist movement, right? And I'm also playing very light. I never want to tense up. So when I'm really good, even though it sounds aggressive, I'm playing very softly. Right? I'm going very light. And I don't want my arm to tense up, right? Because I want it to be still like. This is really effective for note run. And being a little bit more aggressive on a run. This is really cool for metal. But if I'm doing like, I can activate my alternate picking that way. But if you see, wrist, small movements, 30-degree angle. And also, just a tip from me, if I'm playing with alternate picking, I kind of like going to my neck pickup. The reason for this is slightly warmer, slightly rounder. So here's bridge pickup. Not that sounds bad, but it's kind of has a little bit of a high mid thing going on. Oh, here at the neck. Right, I get a nice kind of even, rounded sound with the pick, and that's what we want to see.